So that's what this banana looked like 2 days ago, and here it is today. This is not a bad thing. I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for the banana to die back from a frost because that helps put it into dormancy, which is much easier on the plant. Last year I didn't do that because I got really nervous. This year I'm feeling bold, and we did that. That said, the sun is about to set, and we went from our first frost to going into full-on very cold temperatures basically in 1 day. So what I'm doing is quickly digging this up, because while this banana is more than capable of dealing with the frost that killed back the leaves, it is, I don't think, going to be happy with temperatures in the mid-20s, which is where we're heading. So I have my trusty bread knife. This is our actual bread knife, what we use to cut bread in the house, but twice a year it gets called into service to do planty things. Because I'm racing against sunset here, I'm gonna hurry up and get on with this part. We can talk more about this after I get this cut down. One of the most frequent comments I have on last year's video, when I didn't know what I was doing with this, and I did this for the first time, was, why didn't you cut off the leaves before you pulled it out of the pot? And the reason I didn't do that is because I wanted to see how tall it is. This year, now that it's growing in the ground, could skip that exercise. And we get to go to the part where we cut it off right away. Okay, now to dig. So while I dig this thing up, I thought I'd share with you a message that I got from my friend Marianne Wilburn, who wrote the book, Tropical Plants and How to Love Them. I will link it below. It's an excellent resource. And she's the one who helped me through her book save this thing last year. But we were having a discussion about it when I saw her about a month ago or so. And I said, you know, this banana has a lot of fans. And she left this little message for me that I thought you guys would enjoy seeing.
So, Erin, this is a banana intervention. I'm concerned. I have concerns. You have created and nurtured a monster, which is a beautiful monster, let's face it. But worse, you have nurtured a following for this monster. So you are not going to be able to get out of this relationship easily. That has got a big girth, that banana, and it's gonna, you thought it was heavy last year, it's gonna blow you away this year. And I'm afraid that you won't be able to let it go towards the light, because you've got this following for the banana. So I just wanted to be here for you as an intervention to say it's okay, plants die, even large bananas. Let it go if you have to. Said with love.
Okay, it's getting very dark now, but remember when I did the big plant haul where I got like oodles of plants for 60 bucks? There were 6 bananas in there. Now they're a different kind of banana. These are actually musas. That one that I just dug up is Encente, but I'm gonna try to overwinter these in the same manner. Fortunately, they basically didn't grow at all, so these should be much easier to overwinter. Okay, I have 3 more. Gotta go grab somewhere else in the garden. Okay, 3 more. Okay, that is everything all dug up. It's getting dark. We will continue this when it's light out. So the banana has been inside now for about 3 or 4 days. Let me show you where it is. This door is constructed out of insulation board, which helps us control the temperature by opening and closing these doors in this tiny little room, which is where actually our well pump is. It looks like a dungeon. It's kind of is one. So the banana, as you might note, is upside down. Okay, you might be wondering why the banana is upside down. This is going off book for me a little bit. Last year what I did was I just took it out, wrapped it in a towel, stuck it in a pot, called it good. There is a lot of information though out there from people who advise tipping them upside down because these bananas are so full of water. This whatever's left of this stem part was so heavy it took two of us to lift it into the wheelbarrow and to get it down here into the basement. So, and there was, when I brought it out last spring, there was some areas of rot. So, and I did cut away quite a bit of this. So I thought maybe tipping this upside down for a little bit to let an initial amount of water come out of this might be good. But I don't want to overdo it because last year really was a success. And last year I skipped this whole upside down nonsense. So I'm compromising here by having left this upside down in this pot for maybe 5 days. So now what we're going to do, we're going to wrap this root ball in a towel and we're going to flip it right side up into another pot that I have that's already been lined with like a garbage bag. Okay, so this is the pot I'm using. This is maybe a 15 or 10 gallon pot. It's NC10, so maybe that's supposedly like a 10 gallon. Anyway, a tree came in this. This is such a good pot. I always hang on to these pots when I get something in them. So this will be the pot that will hold it upright. And then in spring, when it comes time to bring this out and pot this up and then keep it inside for a little bit so it starts getting some stabilizing roots, I will just use this same pot. I'm actually pretty sure this is the one I used last year too. But okay, now we have to do the difficult job of tipping this baby right side up. Now, about those 6 little bananas, the Musa, I'm not sure which one these are. I'll put it on the screen if I can figure it out. They weren't labeled at the time, so I don't even know what they were, but let me show you what I'm doing with those. Okay, so here are the 6 of them. I've done exactly the same thing. Wrapped them in a towel. These have a lot more dirt left on their roots. They basically came out in the shape of the can I bought them in. I think we're just going to leave that soil on there. And I do have the towel situation wrapped around them. These are in a crate, and there's a plastic bag here too. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. Now you can see what happens. So these things want to keep growing. So I cut it here, and you can see that it tried to push out more leaves on actually all of them. Started pushing up a little bit of like leaf stem. So anyway, my understanding is that these are a little bit more difficult to overwinter than the Encente. Over there, the red Abyssinian. I have absolutely nothing to lose by storing these in this way and giving it a shot. They actually did start putting up like little pups, which is what these do, which is kind of interesting that they didn't get any height. But so these are going to go in this room as well. Okay, those are down in the corner. The worst thing about this is that I have to spend all winter praying that nothing breaks and we have to get someone in here to fix something, because we'd have to move a lot of plants. So I need to get in here and vacuum. But this wall is where all of the dahlias get stacked, and they get stacked in crates, and we'll talk about that elsewhere. But I'm sorry for the very ugly room, but this is the reality of what works for me. So this room, which is our little well pump room, is actually outside the rest of the foundation of the house. So all of these walls are exterior walls, which is why this room stays a lot cooler. And then I'm just able to control things by opening and closing these makeshift doors that we've put in here. So that is the end of the second year of this banana. You know, like Marianne said, you don't need to keep these things. You shouldn't feel guilty about getting rid of them if you're done with them. It's totally okay. You can go buy another one when you want one. I mean, I think I bought that banana for $35 maybe. And 2 years of it being a major feature in my garden for 35 bucks. I mean, I got my money's worth out of it by now. But I keep these things going, one, because all of you are very invested in this banana, as am I. And two, because I like to do these things to see if I can. I don't feel bad if things don't work out. I just chalk it up to either I ran out of luck or I did something wrong, and move on and come up with something else. There'll always be something waiting around the corner that's fun to try. I will say I have gone into this year's storage process with a great deal more confidence than I did last year. And of course, that's because last year it was successful. So I have a fair amount of confidence that it will work this year, but you never know. All right, as always, thank you for following the banana journey. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned so that you can see what happens this coming spring when we pull these babies out of here.